last time you saw me, I was pretty angry. I haven't washed my hair since then, but other than that, I'm different now. If you've ever documented yourself going through it, then you would know that you go through phases and then you go out of them. And then you look back on those phases and you're like, well, that was a little dramatic. I needed to come back and address a couple of things. I know I'm going to be fine. I know I'm gonna be fine. Like, it's not the end of the world. I was very dramatic in that video, like it was the end of the world. But I know it's not. And I know myself. And I do this thing where I say, like, I'm done, I'm giving up, and then I don't. So while a few of those things that I said are, still valid, like I still believe this is an extremely difficult business to work in, and being freelance is extremely unpredictable, but also it's what I chose. Like, I have been offered full-time positions and said no because I teach dance and I dance myself and I do other shoots and I don't want to be exclusive to anybody. So it's what I chose. Like, I chose it. And while Clever was my regular freelance gig and I loved having it, it is not the end of the world. And honestly speaking, I was being selfish as fuck in that video. Because I am not the only one who lost my job. And that sucks. That sucks. So, yeah. I was saying how much I regretted dropping out of college, but of course I needed to do that. I look back at that time and I think there is nothing anyone could have told me, even present day Ava could have told me, that would have changed my mind. Because that's what I needed to do in that moment. And I knew that. And there is no point in regretting stuff and being just wallowing in the stuff that I didn't do or the stuff that I did do that maybe didn't turn out so great. I, because of dropping out of college, have gotten to do so much more that I don't know if I would have had the opportunity to do if I hadn't left, I was just angry and I wanted to rant about shit. But it's almost incredible because, I filmed that video and immediately after was like, do I even upload this? Because I didn't even feel that way immediately after I filmed it. Because that was me getting through it and being able to vent and be dramatic helps. It's very cathartic. But I just so happened to film it and upload it, which maybe wasn't my greatest choice. But I also wanted to just show that I'm going through a hard time. I am. There's a lot that's been happening. Both to me and not to me, that are very devastating right now. And I'm kind of in this limbo period, and I know I'm gonna get out of it, and I know I'm going to be fine. And I have so many endeavors that I want to tackle right now that I believe that I will do. And I know that I will do. And you'll see that shit from me. And I am not giving up. It seemed like I was hardcore. but I'm not. Here, let me just recap the few weeks that I've had. I stopped a robbery maybe a month ago now, maybe a little over that, around my apartment. I was walking my dog and a man was running toward me with a woman screaming behind him, "Give me my money back." Incessantly screaming it. And instead of just like moving to the side and letting him run by me, I put my hand out and I stopped him physically with my hand, which maybe wasn't the smartest choice, because I don't know. He could have weapons for all I knew. Luckily, I don't want to tell the entire story because it was a lot, but he gave the money back eventually. Thank God I did not have to talk to police. I just assisted and then peaced out and immediately started weeping because it was a lot to deal with. And then I was like, well, I don't feel safe in my apartment, right? So that happened. I was scared that whole night. There were noises outside my apartment, like there always are, and I was like freaking out. I don't know. It was just like I was very on edge and was like scared to be living in this area that I'm living in. So that happened, and I was like, okay, I'm being dramatic. It's fine. Nothing's gonna happen again. That was like a fluke incident. The next week, I think a week later, I was heading to work at Clever, and I get to my building's garage to leave, and I find that both my car window and my boyfriend's car window had been smashed, and stuff had been stolen from us. And I don't need to hear it. Don't leave stuff in your car. Don't need to hear it. Duh, know that. Sorry about being passive aggressive. I just mean like people in my real ass life said that to my face, and I was like, duh, but like shut up. Because like it still sucks and it's horrible, and I had to file a police report. And anyways, that day we decided that it was time to move out of our apartment because that was in our building's garage, and they had broken into several other cars in the building, which means they might have our garage door opener and they might try this again, or like, I don't know. It's just immediately we started looking for places. So I don't have a lot of money. That's another just blatantly honest thing. I don't have a lot of money, and to be moving right now was a large expense because they need first and last month's rent. So that was something that was stressing me out. And I've looked at 30 places. And in the midst of this, I got let go of my job, from my job. And so it was just like a horrible timing thing that made it feel so much worse. Because on the first I had just paid rent. I had to pay to get my car window fixed. And I don't have money to get laid off from my job. My like most regular job I lost, which is scary, obviously. Like, I'm just trying to be transparent here, like why this was so distressing. And like the day before I lost my job, I was at Clever, and that day was just a horrible, horrible day due to something else that happened in my life that is more personal, and I can't really talk about it. It just felt like I was like getting repeatedly hit. And I know that we have all felt this like thing. It's just like, how much is gonna happen in a row before I'm like at a breaking point? And I straight up filmed my breaking point. That was me just like, after crying for like 2 days and trying to be okay and hanging out with friends and having just like meaningful experiences with people that I love, you know, that happened. And then like more kept happening. It was just like I can't talk about it all, but it just feels like so much has been happening. And it's not even to me, you know, it's like people around me and the world that we fucking live in, dude. And friends I know affected by a lot of things happening right now. So it feels exhausting. And I know I will be fine. And there is nothing happening now that I don't believe I will get through. And I also fully am aware that things can always be worse. It's very hard to share who you are on the internet because everyone has an opinion. Everybody has an opinion. And what's so strange is that things that I shared days ago don't apply anymore. The person who I was years ago isn't who I am today. But it's still there, and it's documented, and people are still going to give me their opinions on who I am when they don't really understand, you know? And while I fully understand that my situation is not the absolute worst thing in the world, it's still gravely affecting me. And I want to be able to just say that. And it's not even like about the people that get mad, you know? Of course, it's like well-intentioned people that are commenting like, oh girl, come on, like just get a day job and pull yourself out of this, you can do it. Very well-intentioned but misguided. Like, that's not what I'm saying. Like, I know I'm going to be fine. I just sometimes want to talk and like not be held by my words. So I don't know what I'm I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just feel like I document how I'm feeling and what I'm thinking, and in an hour from now shit could be different, you know? I have 2 other jobs because I was working 3 jobs when I was working at Clever. And they will hold me off and it will be fine. Like, I don't know how many times I can say this, that I know I will be fine. But that doesn't stop me from being scared. And I wish that instead of feeling apologetic for the things that I say or the things that I've said in the past, that people were just more understanding about humans' capability of change. Because that's what you would hold yourself to. I don't even know if this made sense. Point is, I feel better than I did yesterday. I feel better than I did an hour ago. And the more time that goes on, the more I am motivated to change my situation, because I know that I can and I know that I have that power. Thank you for watching my videos. And thank you for sharing my videos. And thank you for letting me share who I am and not passing judgment and not thinking that you know me 100%. Thank you. Because I know that that is the majority of you. I do. And it's so appreciated. More than you know.